Meghan Markle has launched a touching new video playing the victim over the LA fires. Well, you could absolutely guarantee that if there was a cause, she'd be there to be the victim right at the centre of it. A single tear goes down her cheek. This woman is a narcissist, a bully, and somebody determined to trade off any tragedy, trade off any strength, trade off any skill of anybody in order to stick her own hand in the till. Meghan Markle. Hello everyone, this is Andre Walker. Thanks so much for watching this video. Please do subscribe, but more importantly, hit the bell notification icon. It's the best way to absolutely guarantee get all my videos as soon as they are released. Well, if you're familiar with this channel, you'll know the story about the tiara that she demanded that she use, even though it was an insult to the Russian nation. You'll know about her demanding a role at the Duke of Edinburgh's funeral, thus harassing a little old lady just after she'd lost her husband. You'll know about how she released the first photos of her and Archibald on the day, Archewell rather, or Archie, whatever his name is. She released the first photo of them two shopping together on the day of Princess Charlotte's birthday, because there she was, jealous of a 6-year-old. Utterly, utterly pathetic. And the problem is, of course, with Meghan Markle, she has successfully, in order to make a profit, besmirched an entire nation of people with the charge of racism. What about that allegation, which was horrible, when she said her son Archie was snubbed for being a prince? By the way, he's now become a prince. Do you know the reason why he wasn't able to be a prince before? Because you have to be the grandchild of a monarch to be a prince or princess. And so the minute Charles became king, they became prince and princess. But you know what she said? She said, well, they call him Earl Dumbarton because it has dumb in the word. What a load of garbage. You can use your dad's second title, and her husband's second title is the Earl of Dumbarton. She is the Countess of Dumbarton. It's got nothing to do with the word dumb. It means castle in Gaelic. Anyway, you all know that already. But I just think it's really amazing, isn't it, that these LA wildfires come across, and we all know the reason why they've taken place. This diversity inclusion agenda has meant that the firefighters are not of the skill that they used to be. Means that preliminary work was not done in order to prevent the fires, and means that fire hydrants were not properly maintained because the staff in charge of them were not of the level that they needed to be. And look at what happened with the Federal Aviation Authority and the fact they dropped the standards of people who were going to be air traffic controllers. Apparently, President Biden had said that there was an underrepresentation of people with severe mental problems and who are, I don't know what phrase he actually used, but thick as pig shit was the long and short of it. Anyway, so now these LA fires have taken place, and it's been amazing the way that the good people of Hollywood have rallied round to play the victim themselves. And on Instagram, Meghan Markle has absolutely got in on it and has started crying on camera about the young victims. The reality is, it's the policies that she wants in both America and the United Kingdom that have caused these LA wildfires. And for her to play the victim as somebody who is worth hundreds of millions of pounds, I find really shocking and really disgusting. But when you saw her on South Park, the Worldwide Privacy Tour, which is absolute genius, you've got to watch that episode, by the way, they were saying that your personal narrative, whatever it is, must always be victim. You know, I see people down the road working really hard. I see a cost of living crisis, and I see a country in the United Kingdom that has had severe reputational damage by being accused of racism by Meghan Markle, and yet she sits in her £19 million Scarface mansion claiming that she is the victim of a terrible, nasty campaign. She has ripped the royal family in half. She has besmirched an entire nation. She almost called a diplomatic incident with Russia. She also did, and lest we forget this, she couldn't meet President Trump when he came on the state visit to the United Kingdom. She said it was because she was on maternity leave. Okay, fair enough. But at the same time as she was on maternity leave, she was also editing, I think it was Vogue magazine, but forgive me if it was Vanity Fair. Either way, she was editing a magazine, and the front page was the 20 most significant women in the world. Guess who she didn't include? Her Majesty the Queen, because she said Britain is a very patriarchal society. It's a patriarchal society. You absolute moron. The head of state's a woman. How can it be? How can the royal family be a patriarchal society when the head of it's a woman, Queen Elizabeth II? But to not put her on the cover, I thought was a grotesque insult. And of course, you know, she might not have believed that Her Majesty the Queen, Queen Elizabeth II, was a great living woman, but nonetheless, she should have included her just to be a bit of a team player. Well, I've been told something shocking about Meghan Markle, and I didn't know this, and if you did, then I apologise for being repetitious. But did you know that she'd never met Oprah Winfrey and George Clooney when she invited them to her wedding? Yes, that's right. She booted out senior members of the royal family in favour of celebrities from the United States of America, some of whom she'd never even met. You think, what a narcissist is this person? It shows the level of her. Now, I fully understand with Prince Harry, what happened to Princess Diana is such that he's going to be very protective of his wife. But what she has done, fundamentally, is exploited a guy who's not terribly bright and probably fairly inbred, and turned him into a raging extremist, obsessed with trying to bring down his own brother. That is something that she should apologise for. But here's what I don't understand about her more than anything else. When you've got all that money, when you have successfully stuck it to the United Kingdom, when you have successfully persuaded the world that you'll run out of town due to racism, and you've made 400 million quid off it, can't you just shut your gob, right? The Netflix thing, at one point, her podcast was less popular than a recording of dolphin noises and whale sounds, and yet she's made hundreds of millions because big companies simply lose their mind when she turns up and asks for $100 million. But she's done it now, and I think now to continually play the victim is undignified. I think it's time to strip her of her duchy, and I think it's time to strip them of the earldom and indeed the barony in Northern Ireland and cut these people off properly. Because what happens constantly is this. When she wants to be a member of the royal family for financial gain, she does it. And when she wants to distance herself, she does it as well. She wants her cake and eat it. When she said to Queen Elizabeth II that she was happy to live in Windsor Castle, she was throwing the old girl out of her own home and attempting to live there like Lord of the Manor. I think she needs to take a leaf out of Catherine's book. She has, during her time of cancer, behaved with remarkable dignity. We've all heard the rumours about some of the treatments and how invasive it was and how embarrassing that would be for a young woman. But she's nonetheless got on with it and showed some real dignity. And I think it's time for Meghan Markle to show some dignity. I want to say to you, I'm very sorry for anyone caught up in the LA fires, but I think it's pathetic to attempt to use it as an opportunity to play the victim yourself. But when has Meghan ever missed an opportunity to do that? And I'll leave you with one final thought. She has been complaining that her children are racially discriminated against because they're black. Have a look at them. The two of them are ginger and paler than me. And let's be clear, that's pretty pale. What a complete and total nutter. Okay, thanks so much for watching this video. Please do subscribe, hit the bell notification icon. Until next time, goodbye.